He's never heard it before.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Right, obviously, yes, Achievement Diaries. So, as you know, we're launching Achievement Diaries sometime soon, and we have 10 of them. We obviously, you have your standard Karamja one. I've added the new Ardoin one, Falador, Fremenic, Kandering, Desert, Lumbridge and Draenor, Mauritania, Varrock, Wilderness, and Western Provinces. Western Provinces covers pretty much everything in the west area that doesn't really have an associated landmass to stick to, or a continent, or not so much a continent, but an area or kingdom to stick with. So that includes the Elf lands, the Gnome area, Apatow, anywhere else it covers that I might have missed? No, oh, he weren't listening, okay. So yeah, it covers those areas as well. And obviously some of these diaries don't actually exist within RS3 yet, so Rank the Wilderness, for a good example, we have added an entire diary to the Wilderness, and I'm just showing off some of the tasks right there. So get a very quick look while you can, before you realise you haven't got the stats to do them. And obviously we've added an Achievement Diary cape. Now this is a very first revision. Don't see this and assume this is the cape you'll be getting. It will it'll be going through some design changes, because some people might feel that the green is a bit too, garish, and we'll have to change it. I've already got some feedback on a tweet I put out there to say this cape wasn't exactly what people were expecting, but this is the first revision, so don't look at what you're seeing right now and assume that's what you'll get, because we might change it depending on how you feel. Fantastic. I'm very quickly going to show off some of the rewards that are currently here before I go into some diary stuff. So obviously this is the cooking guild that you might remember. I'm going to turn roofs off because roofs are very annoying. Oh, they're already off. I can't come in here, but yes I can. Let's have a look. So as part of the Varrock Achievement Diary Award, we're adding in the range to the cooking guild. Obviously, being in the cooking guild, it didn't actually have a range on the bottom floor for some reason, which was quite annoying. You'd actually have to go up the stairs to try and find some, and it's not really near a bank. So if those people who are precious about cooking, you obviously have to complete the hard or elite tier of the Varrock Diary to gain entry, and once you're inside, you can bank away and cook. I know that the Rogue's Den bank is actually more efficient for some people, but depending on whether you like being in the light area and with some better looking scenery, this is here for you as well. So this is obviously exclusive to those people who've done the hard and elite achievement diary for Varrock, which I'll show off a few tasks for that very, very quickly. Obviously this is still slightly development in process, so some things are complete, some are not, depending on what I've done to see if actually what I was doing was even working. So we're going to scroll through here. Lovely. Again, we're going to move over to Edgeville, where we've re-included or reported over the Edgeville Furnace. Obviously there's no doorway in Edgeville Bank. I think we'll save that for a later poll, depending on whether people want it now or later. I know some people might find it quite tedious to run outside this doorway here and all the way around to this furnace, but the furnace is here anyway. I put the option up on Twitter whether or not you wanted the old room with the single door or the archways that was later introduced. I think in 2010, I might be 2009, 2010, around that period. It unanimously came back as we need the archways, or at the very least, please leave the door permanently open so people didn't have to, walk in single file and have somebody troll you and walk in and out, in and out, in and out. Obviously, this furnace can only be used by those who have completed the achievement diaries again, so people who haven't completed them can walk through here. They can't use the furnace until they've completed it. And again, we've got back the Varrock armor sets. So obviously, this is the armor piece you get from completing the easy tasks. Gareth has done a fantastic job of just tidying up a bit, changing the geometry of it slightly. I should go over what that looks like right now. Obviously, Gareth has talked about, or is shown us here, what it used to look like from the back and the front, what he's done to it. So he's obviously changed the model's mesh to be slightly reshaped, use less polygons and give it a sharper silhouette to give the model some bit more fidelity, as it were. Done that to both the back and the front and changed the colour palette ever so slightly. I'm going to give myself the medium plate body in game so I can show that to you right now. This is where I find out. I can't remember what I called it. Oh, I got it right first time. Brilliant. I'm going to switch back to game quickly to show you. So obviously this is the medium beast. There is some labelling issues, so you see notice the hands are behind you. Again, Gareth is still doing the labelling and modelling for this armour piece, so what you're seeing here is obviously a bug, yes, but obviously we're in development stages, so this will be fixed before launch, obviously. We'd be foolish to launch this. But this is the medium model. As you can see, it looks different in game, and if we go to the medium model thing here, Gareth again has changed the model's mesh to use less polygons, give it a sharper silhouette, more fidelity still in both the front and back, so we can see the difference as it was before and how it is now on left and right, which is quite nice. And if we come back to game again, this is the hard piece. Again, the hands do fly behind you again. Everyone is laughing. Again, this is a bug. This is a labeling issue. This is how we label each polygon on a model to determine what animation frames use what label. And Gareth is in the process.
Can we keep it like that?
Can we keep it like that?
Yeah.
Well, if I show you what it looks like when you equip a pickaxe, then maybe not. I'm being told to just play around. Really, let's wave. There you go. That doesn't look right, does it? No. I'm tempted to see, what does beckon look like? Oh yes, we should keep that instead. Or so yeah. So we do need to sort out the labeling, and Gareth will get onto that as well. So this is obviously the hard body. This is the body that everyone remembers, everybody should love. You can tell from the excluding the hands aside, we can tell from the play body itself, the fidelity of the model is much stronger. There's much more definition there. You can see the outlines of all the shades are there quite clearly. Gareth again has done a fantastic job of demonstrating what he's done. It has been the same all throughout, but it is very important, and obviously people were very particular about their models. They didn't want us to change them too dramatically, and I don't think Gareth has done that. I think it's very, very sharp. It just brings the model out, and obviously the value of the model is much higher when you consider the work that Gareth's put into it. And obviously what we didn't have before was the Elite armor piece. Unfortunately, we don't have an in-game model of the Elite armor piece, so I'm going to show you right now here. This is Gareth's Elite remodel. He's tried to keep it as similar as possible to the original Elite armor piece, but obviously we figured that we'll put our own little spin on it because it's our new game. We'll just do something new, I guess. So Gareth has taken the existing Elite armor piece, changed it slightly, added a few more lines to it, changed the color palette. Obviously we tried to stick to the original one, which was black. This one's not as dark as the one before. I think Gareth said that he didn't quite like the color scheme. It was a bit dark. You didn't really stand out as much, so he's made it a bit lighter. And as everything you see there, that's everything in scale in game as it would be when we launch it, which is quite nice. Let's come back to camera. So yeah, this is the furnace as it was. I haven't. I just remembered. Oh no, actually I might have done it, but no, actually it just says bellows still. I'll change that because Matt wasn't happy with it. But that's what happens when I ported it over. The dev who did it originally wasn't very creative with the examine text. That's all. They were just placeholder, and I haven't actually changed them yet. One of the two, but I've been told to change them, so I shall. This is Varrock, so let's just go do a few tasks quickly just to see what's in here. We could have a competition for the examine info. Only please send us your entries for what the bellows should say. It's probably not an exciting competition. No, we probably would get some good ones. However, I'm not entirely sure some of them would be safe for work or game, really. But we'll see. Let's have a look. So what options have we got here? These are some of the Varrock easy tasks. Mines a mine in the southeast mining patch near Varrock. Let's jump down there, actually. 53, and let's just jump down. So obviously, let's go to the west patch first, just to demonstrate obviously what west and east is. So I'm gonna mine with this on because apparently this is quite humorous to some people. So it said mine in the east section of Varrock. Obviously we'll mine in the west section first because why not? And boom, we didn't complete a task. So instead we're gonna hop over to the east section. We're gonna find some iron. There's some iron. We're gonna run around and laugh a little bit. That's copper. That's not even iron. Okay, this is iron. I wasn't paying attention. There, boom, and we've completed a task apparently. So we're going to look at our task list, and it's going to say, oh no, we've crossed it out. We've done that task. With the Karamja diary, these didn't come up in a nice red text. It just came up saying, well done. If actually it was pretty much this message, only it wasn't red. I've changed the messages to red just so they stand out and just so you know you completed a task. Obviously, you might have started the diary, but not be really concerned about finishing it there and then. You might just do it as you go or come back to it later. So it's a nice little message to just alert you as you are going through the game about your own business, whether or not you've completed a task or not. I can change the colour if people don't like it, but this seems to be the normal red we use for almost everything that's an alert, really. So that's there, so that's nice. We've done that one. Let's have a look what's down here. Have the apothecary on Varrock make you a strength potion. I have to try and remember where the apothecary is. It's part of Varrock that no one ever goes to. It's just abandoned. Oh, here it is over here. I vaguely remembered. And it's a guy with... So we had afros in game all along, basically. This guy's got an afro. Let's go. Ask for another nurse's or doctor's hat. I don't think I need a nurse outfit right now.
Well, I don't know. I think players will probably pay to see you wearing one in stream next week.
Apparently I should be wearing a nurse's outfit because that's what you want to see next week. If that's a thing, please tweet Jagex Ronan. And,
Would you stop?
and he'll sort it out. See, I'm going through, so we need lint work routes and things. Quite embarrassing, I don't know the config names for all of those. It's probably not a good idea to be doing this task. Jump over the fence south of that, we'll do that instead actually, because that I know how to do. So we're going to go over here. Certainly, as it is, it's just a stile or a broken fence, and we're going to hop over it. This will look terrible if it's broken, but boom, it does actually work. There you go, fantastic. So we completed another task. So that's basically it for what you think tasks would be. They're no different really to Karamja. There's going to be some interesting tasks for sure. I'm not going to leak what's in the elite section of Fremennik, but I believe Fremennik elite section is the most challenging or set of elite tasks there are currently. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but if you're a PVM or a very active high-level skiller, they're for you in some respects. Blame John if you don't like them. But we obviously have the desert one. The desert one encompasses all of the desert as it was originally, with some leaking into Alcarid slightly. Lumbridge and Draenor, obviously, as the name suggests. We included Draenor into the Lumbridge section. These are accessible to free-to-play players. As you notice, if you hover over the names, it does say members only. Lumbridge and Draenor are available to free-to-play players on the free-to-play servers. That's because they were that way originally before, and Lumbridge and Draenor are obviously the entry levels to free-to-play players, so it's nice to get any players that do come through the free-to-play trials and whatnot, get them into the task system and see, get them learning the game and whatnot, give them some things to do, really. These are what you can expect. I know I'm showing off more tasks than I think I originally planned, but there should be no harm in that, and anybody who hasn't got the stats that is now panicking about needing them can go ahead and panic. The Western Provinces, again, like I said, this encompasses the Elf areas, the Gnome areas, Apatol, so you can kind of imagine what tasks you're going to have to do for that. A few laps of the agility area course in there might be included. We've got Mauritania, which is obviously in the most annoying part of the game, from my opinion, the swamp area. Obviously, we had this before. These provide a nice pair of legs, the Mauritania Legs, of which the bonuses, I can't remember what the bonuses are supposed to do for that, because John has worked them slightly differently to how they were originally. Just quite amused by how this run works here, actually. What does spinner mode look like? No, not very interesting. Kandarin and Falador. Again, we've had these before. Falador will provide you with the nice Falador shield that we had before, that recharges your prayer and does some other funky things that you might enjoy. Again, I think the Wilderness Sword gives you Wilderness Sword obviously gives you a sword. The Wilderness task gives you a nice sword. I think that's supposed to be massively mainly cosmetic, but a few nice handy teleports on it as well, including teleports to the Fountain of Rune. Western Provinces is supposed to give you a banner. It's the only weird item, I guess, we're offering you, really. Fremennik gives you the sea boots, and Kandarin, which is the Sears area, and Catherby gives you the tiara / headgear, that's the one, headgear set. Obviously, we've included some new NPCs for you to talk to as well, so we don't have to plug everything into existing NPCs, and also introduces some nice new NPCs to the game. But that's about it for Achievement Diaries, really. I mean, once you've seen what 2 or 3 tasks do, you can kind of imagine what the rest do. They are simply instructions for you to go and do some trivial, some not-so-trivial, and some very challenging tasks in the game. When you complete them, you get a little message to do so, and as a result, for completing them, you get nice rewards, including these plate bodies, minus the arms. But that's Achievement Diaries. I'll be tweeting more progress towards the rewards as we go. I'll obviously be getting feedback for what you think of this cape. Do you think the green's a bit too much? Do you not like the tinge on it? Do you fancy a different colour? It doesn't have an emote just yet. That's because we're quite strapped for animation time. Gareth's time is being pulled somewhat towards Achievement Diaries. He's also going to be needed for the Grand Exchange, so putting emotes on things like this is quite hard for us to do. So this is something we can do post-launch if people really feel it to be necessary. But if you have any suggestions for the cape itself, or anything else, or any other questions, I guess now's the time to let us know, really. Make sure you tweet myself or John, and we will get onto it. That's about it for Achievement Diaries, actually. You can't really show much more than that.